Plans to build a casino at the Nassau Coliseum are over. You're watching NewsdayTV. I'm Ken Buffa. We'll have more on that story in a moment, but first, 2 more victims associated with the Gilgo Beach killings have been identified. Tanya Denise Jackson and her toddler Tatiana Marie Dykes. The 26-year-old woman has been referred to as Peaches because of her tattoo. The 2-year-old's remains were found off of Ocean Parkway in 2011. Now, in just a moment, we'll hear more from Sherry Einhorn to bring us more details on the case. Back to that casino proposal at Nassau Coliseum. Las Vegas Sands says it will no longer pursue its $6 billion plan, citing market conditions. The company says it is in talks with third parties who could take over. And worshipers are paying their final respects at Pope Francis's public viewing. Francis died earlier this week at the age of 88. Thousands filled St. Peter's Basilica to visit the late Pope. The funeral will be held on Saturday. And Suffolk health officials are issuing an air quality advisory due to smoke from the New Jersey wildfires. Now, authorities say the Pine Barrens fires are expected to grow before the rain later this week. 5,000 residents have been evacuated. No one has been injured. And speaking of those wildfires, let's take a look at tomorrow's weather with the air quality report front and center. Here it is for you tomorrow going in to Thursday. Two more victims associated with the Gilgo Beach killings have been identified. But now investigators say this case may not be connected to the rest. Sherry Einhorn has the story.
It's very fresh in my mind. I mean, it's like I was there yesterday.
It was nearly 28 years ago, June 28, 1997, the day Shell Bosch discovered human remains in a plastic bag at Hempstead Lake State Park.
It's sad just to think, especially, just dumped like that with no concern for the human factor.
The remains would later come to be known as Peaches because of this distinctive tattoo on the mutilated torso.
She was just a Jane Doe then.
Through DNA testing by the FBI, she's now been identified as 26-year-old Army veteran Tanya Denise Jackson from Alabama. Authorities are asking anyone who ever knew or connected with her to reach out. There's a $25,000 reward.
Every little thing we can find out about her leading up to her death will help us to solve this horrific, horrific crime.
The skeletal remains of a toddler found along Ocean Parkway near Gilgo Beach in April 2011 belonged to her daughter, 2-year-old Tatiana Marie Dykes. They were living on 54th Street in Brooklyn when they disappeared. Their remains have long been associated with the Gilgo Beach killings, but police are now saying that may not be the case.
I would say the needle did not move in either direction in terms of how it may relate to Gilgo.
Nassau police say the toddler's father is cooperating with authorities. They wouldn't say whether he was a suspect. The mother and child were positively identified early last year, but law enforcement waited to make a public announcement.
We had 27 years of catching up to do. The needs of the investigation dictated that we withhold that information until we talked to the family, settled their remains, and put them laid into rest.
A funeral with full military honors took place in Alabama, where the pair are buried. Bosch, who has since moved to Pennsylvania, told us he's hopeful the identifications finally bring some peace to the victim's family.
At least now they have some kind of closure, I guess.
I'm Sherry Einhorn for NewsdayTV.
And police are asking anyone with info about the case to call Crime Stoppers at 1-800-244-TIPS.
Jets have the 7th pick in Thursday night's NFL draft, and there's any number of directions in which they can go with that selection. A lot of people would like to see them continue to build their offensive line, and if they do, the kid out of Missouri, Armand Membu, could be a real good pick for them there. He's played right tackle and left tackle, but he could step right in and be their starting right tackle with Olo Fashanu, who they picked in the first round last year. That would give them two really good bookends for their offensive line and would really help their running game and their passing game. Another option could be defensive tackle Mason Graham out of Michigan. He's a real good playmaker. A lot of people are very high on him. They think he's the best defensive lineman of the draft class. He would step in and be of real help to Quinnen Williams, who of course is the centerpiece of the Jets defense, and be able to help establish their run defense, which was lacking last year. And finally, Tyler Warren is a real exciting player. He's a tight end out of Penn State. He makes a lot of crazy plays. He can do a lot of things, line up just about everywhere on the field, even throws passes for touchdowns. His father grew up a Jets fan and rooting for John Riggins, and that's why Tyler wears number 44. Adding to the speculation on this draft pick is that there's not a lot of tea leaves to read because first-year head coach Aaron Glenn and first-year general manager Darren Mugi don't have a track record. So who they pick, we'll find out Thursday night. For Newsday TV, I'm Tom Rock.
Watch yourself in these jazz hands.
Put on your dance pants for Jazzercise. This blast from the past is still going strong with several locations across Long Island, including here in Levittown.
It's like a dance party with your girlfriends, but you're working out. You're using lower body, upper body, a lot of core. So it just really is the definition of a full body workout.
Jazzercise has been around for 56 years and evolved over the decades by incorporating today's top hits. And if you know the words, you'll hear people singing along. A little bonus cardio.
You can go anywhere in the country and take a Jazzercise class and it'll be the same choreography.
These classes also incorporate strength training to help build and tone your muscles. All low-impact movements for people of all ages and abilities.
Everybody can do Jazzercise. Everybody. We have junior Jazzercise for the younger girls and guys also. And every age. We have people in their 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s.
Even those who have no business dancing.
I have zero rhythm. Zero rhythm. Oh, God. Okay. We're sauteing. Just keeps you moving, keeps everything intact. Bending, stretching, lifting, dancing.
I mean, really, have you ever seen people smile this much while working out? Reporting for Newsday TV, I'm Macy Eglund.
All right, let's take a closer look at your 7-day forecast. It was a gorgeous day today. We have more for you Thursday and Friday. We do have a little bit of drizzle on Saturday, but those temps are elevated. We're in the 70s for Monday next week. Again, just gorgeous weather all the way through.
Long Island weather is brought to you by Fire Island Ferries.
You're watching Newsday TV. For more on all the stories you've seen here today, head over to Newsday.com. I'm Ken Buffa. Thank you so much for joining us.